We are watching the Hill because we're gearing up for a big day in Washington. Congress is back in action and lawmakers looking at a rather full plate, including a vote expected today in the Senate on the Keystone Pipeline project. Republican Senator Sen Graham out of South Carolina with me now from the Hill. How are you, Senator? And good morning to you. We have not spoken since the election. We got a lot of things to go through here quickly, okay? Because the American people want to know what a Republican Senate is ready to do. First off, on immigration, what's going to happen?
Well, I think the House is going to have to not capitulate to the executive order if he does it, but not overreact. You don't want to impeach the president, but I think you can defund that part of the federal government that would implement the executive order if he goes down that road, and fund the rest of the government. That seems to be a measured response. Then get to work on a comprehensive deal, even a piece-by-piece deal coming out of the House.
It seems, though, when you hear Republicans talk about this, they don't want to get the blame for any slowdown or shutdown or even taking money away. Is that dangerous, or where are you on that?
It would be dangerous if we shut the government down in reaction to the executive order. It would be dangerous if we tried to impeach the president. I think what would make sense to a lot of Americans is to defund that part of the government that he would need to enforce the executive order and keep everything else open, focusing on the issue.
Okay, all right, now to Obamacare. You're going to have, what, 53, maybe even 54 Republican senators come January. What will you do on that piece of legislation?
Let's use a budget reconciliation process, if possible, to repeal the entire law. That probably will not get through President Obama. Then take the law apart, try to change the definition of part-time work back to 40 hours so people won't lose hours at work. Repeal the medical device tax. 17 Democrats are willing to do that. Strategically go after components of the law and come up with our own view of what health care should look like.
Can any of that survive a veto?
I think the medical device tax would survive a veto. I think the 40-hour work week becoming the part-time work becoming 40 hours would survive a veto. I really do.
Okay. Keystone, what now?
We'll take a vote today to move forward on the bill. I think we'll get 60 votes to proceed. It will pass, but the president's most likely to veto it, and we probably will not be able to override his veto. And people need to ask Hillary Clinton her position on this issue and on Obamacare and on everything else, because she needs to be held accountable. If she's seeking the office as a Democrat, does she agree with this president?
Well, Senator Mary Landrieu is fighting for this Keystone thing hard, and she's fighting for a job as well. Earlier today, it was said that there were only 59 votes. You're now saying there are 60, which is the critical number.
I've heard the chief proponents of the bill believe they have 60. Mary Landrieu and John Hoeven say they have 60. We'll know in a few hours, and even if we do get 60, I think the president will veto the legislation, and we will not be able to override the veto. But we'll try it again next year, and we need to get Democrats on record throughout the country, particularly Hillary Clinton, as to what she would do.
Iran. What's the expectation with talks beginning today?
The deadline is the 24th, which is next week. My fear is that we're going to give away the farm to Iran. We're going to give them an enrichment capability, just like we did with North Korea, with the theory being the UN will watch over it and can control it to make sure it can never be turned into a weapons program, and you get the exact same outcome you did in North Korea. A small program monitored by the UN that one day resulted in the nuclear weapons in the hands of North Korea. I fear the same outcome here.
Well, more to come. Senator, thank you. Appreciate your time. Sen Graham, busy day today.
Thank you,
thank you, sir. Martha.